It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down, McAllister, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line.
A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The quarterback.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Carried by number 23.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
23, the ball carrier.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Yard pickup. First down.
And again this time to the tailback. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, Charles, we get a look at the draft class here for this team. What do you think?
Well, I think for the most part, I do like what they did, because to me, they got some solid players in the early rounds. And then if I'm correct in my evaluation, they got some great value in the later rounds as well.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll try to throw now. Young. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Young. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brings up third down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Nothing.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
When you enter the game as the AFC Player of the Week award winner, you expect runs like that and then some.
It was fun to watch him in the opener last week in Week 1. He was spectacular and hoping for more here in Week 2. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Davis will try to run for it. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss. Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Right back to him on 1st down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He was brought
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
1st down, Miami. That's the end of the first quarter.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Young. And a quick throw here. That's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing. Young. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
complete.
Oh, I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up first and goal at the 1.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
That's good.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
Now left side on the swing pass. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
The line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
That's good.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
He gets this one complete to Bowden.
The pass.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, a give to Davis. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
The quarterback sacked.
This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Making an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big play there for the Dolphins. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
To number 89.
And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half. And the Dolphins rush gets home, down he goes. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Looking left side, and it's complete.
The pass.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
A gain of 14 yards.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Young. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Young's pass. Come on now. Complete to number 89.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Miami.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
23 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And this will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They'll get this complete to his running back, Bowden.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 37.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. That catch good for only a couple. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
That's good.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Now here's a throw that's complete and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw again. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 5. This one caught by Davis. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Dolphins' 3-yard line.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. On the run, it's Davis. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
8-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now. Young. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
13 yards.
Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Young's pass.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Gain of 16 yards.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
The ball carrier.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
For the running back.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
And it's
from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
5-yard line.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
It's on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. Knowles. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 31. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
2nd and 6.
From the 27, Young. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now Young loses the football. It's stripped. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Gain of 4 yards. It's now 4th down.
And that is no good.
It is no good.
And this score will stay right where it is. This one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
We certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. And it's a fumble.
The quarterback.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now this throw caught left side. It's a gain of 5, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more. So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that, because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
By number 23.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw, Young. Flushed out right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And Young's going to throw it here. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down. Here's Young. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 14-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy to turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Young here to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Complete to number 89.
A big play there. 60 yards. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
Point after.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
35.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this